it's like, you know, you either win or you don't based on what elo cap players you get. I can learn some mechanics and stuff, but I'm sort of up to date on the heroes I need to be up to date on. All I've really been doing is scrimming and analysing stuff and, you know, that kind of thing. It's the best practice I can get. It's better for me to analyse games for me to play pubs, basically. And it's better for me to play scrims 100% than play pubs. Oh, best advice, peel for the banana. Yeah, peel the banana, guys. Peel the banana. #1 priority, especially when you got a Sparrow. Like, again, Wacko's on Sparrow. I want to see so much peeling from the peeling of the banana from Fearless here. Any other questions or anything before I start this one off, or shall we hop into it? We'll see. You're an elo addict, Sortion. You need to learn to lose elo, man. You need to learn to lose elo to improve yourself. Good for you, evil pigs. I need that daily pub grind. Damn. That is some addiction. How do you put yourself through that torture, man? No, we all Gucci. We'll start. Okay, so we're just going to talk about the start quickly of the... oh, can I have the draft for this one, by the way, Fearless, if you're there? Or if anyone from Ignite's there, do you mind if you send me the draft for this one? Or have you already sent it to me? Maybe I missed it. No, I haven't got it. So you guys went second the next game, I guess. Or first, rather, the next game, yeah. So I'd just like to know what the draft is, so we can analyse it quickly. That would be Gucci. What would you suggest for new teams to improve? My team have been playing together for almost a month, but we still managed to lose some games because of bad decisions or individual plays. What would you suggest to counter this? So again, it's just trying to build experience, synergy of the team, play a lot. These guys need to scrim a lot and stuff. I've got it, protagonist. I've got it. Fearless sent it to me. You don't need to say it all in chat. But in general, you need to, like, just work together more, play a lot of games together more, and do half analysis, half gameplay, right? You scrim, and you play all the scrims, and you watch all the scrims, then you play all the scrims, then you watch all the scrims. You need to watch every single one, and break it down with your team, and spend the same amount of time, if not more, analysing than you do scrimming. And you'll learn much more from that. You can see from this perspective, this global perspective, much more that goes wrong than from when you're in-game. Thank you, otherwise, protagonist. Cheers, man. But he sent it to me on Discord. That's why he just sent it to me. So we'll do the draft analysis. But yeah, but just generally experience and watching your replays and doing what I'm doing here as a team. Because there's 5 of you with your brains together. You should see where the mistakes are, yeah? And what's going wrong. And if not, then you go and get advice from a third party, basically, like what I'm doing here. That kind of thing. Someone who can break it down and give you the advice you need. So, Fearless. Bans Narbash because he's first ban. Banning Narbash indicates that you want to pick Decker, right? Emperor bans Howie. So this is already a mistake from Juke City, right? If they ban Narbash, you should ban Decker. You're gonna, you know, even if you get rid of Howie, you're giving them Gadget, right? And if you don't get either of those, they can still run Faye or Gideon, right? There's still wombos they can do with the cage, and you're still giving them the cage and the best support in the game. And Narbash is gone, so you don't even get Narbash off it. If you're giving them Decker, at least get Narbash, right? But what you're doing here is you're letting them ban Narbash and pick Decker, which is absolutely crazy, right? Especially if they're going to get Gadget with it, which they will end up doing. So this is a huge issue at the moment. So then you have Bellica Grux picked in return, because Fearless picks the Decker, of course. Bellica's strong. She's awesome. You've got the Grux as well. Not a bad start to the draft, I guess, if you want these two. You're now going for more of a single target pick-off comp kind of thing, which is cool. But the main issue is they're running Miro support. If you're going to run the Bellica here, you'd probably run it support, you know? You wouldn't want to run the Miro support here. The Miro doesn't make sense in this regard, but we'll get to that anyway. But you should probably be planning on running the Bellica support here, or at least a Richter support to go with the Bellica, because Richter's amazing at Bellica. But then again, Decker's really good against Richter. So I think it's a really big mistake to do the bans in this way, basically, right? So they pick Bellica Grux, and then this team picked Gadget Quang, which is great. You've now got probably the best jungler, big circle ult, one of the best mid laners. Like, it doesn't matter. I think she contends just as well with Howie. Maybe not quite with Bellica, but due to the fact that you've got the circles, it's better to have the Gadget than the Bellica in this case anyway. And then you've got the best support in the game. So you've already given away 3 crazy picks, right, to this team, with crazy synergy combos, tethers into mines, cages, Decker stuns into tethers and stuff. These 3 have so much synergy together, these 3 heroes. you've already given them a crazy start to the comp. And yeah, you have Bellica Grux, but I wouldn't rate Grux as high as Quang, and I wouldn't think he's quite on par with Sev either. I still think he's a little bit weaker at the moment, due to the fact that Sev's so good at scaling and games are going on longer. So, I don't think the Grux is quite right here. And the Bellica works, but you're giving up 3 picks for 1 Bellica. Not quite worth it, you know? Not quite worth it. Then, they pick Revenant Fang. Okay, you've now got an assassin comp, right? You've got a pick-off comp. You should build a damagey Grux. You should build your full damage Bellica, your full damage Rev, build a damagey Fang, and you go pick people, right? There's no other way you can play this, basically. And then you give away Greystone Sparrow. So you've now got this hyper-scaling comp that's got a solid mid-game, not a terrible early game, with one of the best, if not the best split pusher in the game, the best scaling carry in the game, big circle ultimate with the Decker, and then all the synergy of the CC. Not a huge amount of CC in this comp. You've only got Tether and Stun Bomb, really, and then, of course, the Cage. So that's where they lack. But they've got such consistent damage output, great burst, and synergy as a whole, that this team comp is very scary. And then, you last pick a Muriel. Now you've got a Muriel with a pick comp, which is okay, you know? But why not a Richter? This is where Richter falls in. He amplifies this comp so much. And of course, you're last picking it, which means you could have, like, you've avoided a Fae, and you don't really need Purity against this. Yeah? So you could probably just go for the Richter here. And you're gonna, like, if someone gets caught by a Tether, they're probably dead in this regardless of Honor the Pure and stuff. So I wouldn't pick the Miro here at all. You'd need to go Richter. So I think this draft is a really big misplay from this team in Juke City, and this is a huge, amazing draft for Ignite. I think it heavily weighs in Ignite's favour here. Their team fight's better, their split push is better, their late game scaling is better. The only way Juke City could win this is if they completely take control early game and snowball it out of control. But yeah, I think that's a little risky to run this kind of thing. So we see 5 versus 4 dummy wards, which was standard as before, and we see the same setup from Protagonist and Forsaker, right? This time they've got a Grux Fang, so it makes sense to do it, right? However, Ignite, no, they're going to do it, because they just did it last game. So they're just doing the same thing the second game, and look, they haven't even got Bellica here. They're this far forward, but Bellica's back here. If Bellica was here, this is fine. If you've got all 3 here, this is fine, because you're going to match 3 for 3, basically, right? And look what happens. Like, you actually get a 2-man Grux pool here, because these two go way too far forward, so this is Wacko and Ferris's fault. Imagine a Bellica stun here, right? Imagine if she stuns here, right? Imagine if she stunned on that too. That's 2 people basically dead, along with Protagonist coming in with a hamstring. That would have been a double kill. But now look, she's only going to stun Fearless. And meanwhile, Sweker's going to die, because a 4th person is rotated this time. You could have blown up the 2, maybe got 2 kills, if not 1, and backed out of that. Now you only get the 1 kill, and you lose, well, no, in fact, you lose a kill, and you don't even get the 1 kill. So it goes horribly wrong, because they did the exact same play, but then they didn't even set it up properly. It was a mistake for Ignite to walk in the pit like that, but regardless, you know, it's a huge misplay by not having the Bellica there, or going that far forward without the Bellica. So Sweker dies again, level 1, and what did he do again? He took his pull. Oh, so he doesn't have his right click. And then he goes back again and has to buy his scythe. So now he's got pull and scythe, which is way worse than the right click and the scythe. So yeah. Huge misplay level 1, yet again, from Juke City. Trying to pull off this weird, cheesy raptor fight area. It never goes well, so... Yeah, didn't work the first time, they tried it again a second time, which was even more predictable, and then they got the good grab and the good start to it, but again, the execution was poor due to Bellica not being ready to follow up and instantly on that. So, oh well. Just a misplay at the beginning. So we'll look at the early wave pressure. You can see what Fearless and Wacko are doing here. They're setting up a freeze. So they get a freeze here, guaranteed. Very well played by them. So Protag's going to farm the jungle, right thing to do. Meanwhile, Juke City are pushing again and giving RGS Ace on Greystone basically free farm here because there's a Muriel. So you've got a Muriel against a Greystone here. You're basically never going to kill this guy. You're pairing Muriel with Revenant. You're pairing the most defensive support with the carry that wants to burst people and kill people off of hard CC and has basically the best self-peel ult in the game. So these two are complete mismatches as a duo lane, basically. So you're not even comboing these two properly at the moment. So this drafting from Juke City doesn't really make sense. But yeah, oh well. That will set it. We'll explain how that will set them up for loss in this game, basically. Because this game, in my opinion, is half won in draft here, basically. Like, this game could go on for 40 minutes, but the other team would win. Would you prefer with the Muriel and duo? You basically want to play a Sparrow who needs the peel to late game and stuff, and just wants to farm and doesn't want to go for kill pressure. Or maybe Grim or Murdoch, due to the fact that these two want to stay in lane and split push 1v1 and she can ult and roam off, is okay. But never with Revenant and never with TB. But 100% Sparrow's okay. That's the main carry you want with the Muriel. If not, a Grim or a Murdoch. But yeah. We see again. Let's just see what happened on mid lane there, because I think I missed it while I was talking about duo lane there. Oh, we missed river buffs, that's why. I want to see river buffs. So, Forsaker gets blue buff and is running across mid lane. Hollow goes to right lane. So, I think this is a misplay by Hollow here. Let's see what buff he gets. He gets red. Alright, so he's going to get red here. And again, he could probably gank mid here, right? He has got a ward up. But he hasn't got a ward there. What's her positioning? It is more to the left. You could tether from here. So, this is probably better where Hollow should go mid. He's got the red buff. And Bram's level 3, so he's probably got level 2 mine, right? No, he's gone Speaker. He should go level 2 mine here. Then the Quang should just run in here, land a tether, right click, you know, but gadget full out with bomb. And even if it only gets the Belica to low HP, she has to go back to base, which is crazy pressure as it is. It's basically the same as killing them early, except you don't get the CP. Instead, he roams over to right lane, which, yeah, you could maybe get Protagonist, but Protagonist is already really far away. So you're never even going to catch that with the tether. And now he wastes a lot of time going there. Meanwhile, Forsaker, for some reason, is running straight into Hollow with a blue buff. So he needs to run back now. He gets tethered. Hollow shouldn't run forward there, because he just took the green buff damage, right? He could have avoided taking that green buff damage by right-clicking out of range and then running in. But he runs a little too far, and he wants to follow up on it, so he's going to pop his green buff here, but then he goes for a really aggressive tower dive. You see? He takes so much damage because of the Grux pool. And if Belica wasn't here farming, he was dead. Look what Belica's doing. She's farming. Or Forsaker just got a grab on a Quang under her tower right behind her. So this is a huge miscommunication and lack of awareness from the mid laner of Supreme here, who could have basically had a free kill on Hollow from a random over-aggressive play that isn't going to get him the kill. And then Team Supreme notices and it's too late. So, big misplays here, basically. Sadness. Yeah. Richter, even Aurora, yet would be better. Agreed. You don't want Muriel in this comp. You'll see how the Muriel really doesn't do much. And look, he's still level 1 because he just started roaming towards mid. So you've got a level 3 Rev and a level 1 Muriel here. This Muriel isn't going to do anything all game if she's level 1. She needs levels. So she's just hit level 2 at 4 minutes. She's not going to be like level 5 till, you know, way too far in this game. 10 minutes or so. But yeah. Big mistake to pick this Muriel. Forsaker's looking for something on the duo lane. Wacko just wards, which is really good timing, so he can start running now. They do stun Protagonist and get some damage on him, so this is where they've gone a bit too far forward. But then Forsaker misplays by auto-attacking too much, so now he has to charge to be able to get his grab off here. He gets some good autos off. Fearless is trying his best to peel, but Team Supreme does roam over, and this is good by thingy. Wacko does do some fancy feet, but Fearless is right to just let his carry die here and run off. Probably could have done it a bit earlier, but Hollow and Bram are rotating now. Now this is a mistake for them to jump down here, and Forsaker should die instantly for this really good synergy on the abilities there. But then Decker backed off a little bit, and she could have got the extra auto to pick up the kill. So a bit of a misplay from Ignite in terms of that Fearless could have picked up that kill. But otherwise, that was a really good bit of synergy on the abilities and stopping his charge there. But a big mistake for them to jump down there into the 3 people. So misplays from both teams ends up not being anything because of them. They cancel each other out. Just people going back to base. And overall, they win off this trade, Juke City, because they get the kill from before. On the carry too, which is quite huge on Tawaka. So we got Bram with a stealth buff. He's trying to get something off of it. He's going to go gank left lane. Emperor's way too far up here alone. So again, this Muriel is in mid lane for some reason. Muriel's job is not to roam and gank. She doesn't do anything in gank, so I don't know why she's here right now. But she's in mid lane, soaking mid laner's XP as a support. while her carry is this far up alone in lane. Look where he is right now. He's by their tower alone while the support's in mid lane as a Muriel. There's a huge issue here. And then Hollow just runs on over with a blue buff. Ace initiates onto Emperor, maybe a bit too early, but he wants to keep him in the fight, which is fine. And there was a stealth Bram coming over. That was like the freest gank onto the carry and the freest kill, which completely throws it away due to the support not being in the right place and the carry being overextended when he doesn't have his support. So now Janto's alone in this lane, and Emperor's died. Again, early game, which is a huge mistake. And again, lack of vision as well. There's no ward here to warn Emperor that they're coming. So he left really late and tried to fight the Greystone. So really big mistakes coming out here. Out of Juke City, basically. Just positioning, using the comp and stuff. Need to have that Mural level up if you can use it. This is good by Forsaker to land the grab onto himself and the green buff pop onto Hollow, basically. But they don't actually get the kill off of it. But they force Hollow back to base, and he can go back to base as well. So it was worth trying to go for that kill, but they didn't quite pick it up. They probably could have harassed Bram more in there, though. If they poke down Bram enough, Belica can hit 5 soon and kill him, because he's out of mana. But they probably didn't think about that, and I wouldn't have thought about it at the time anyway, probably. That's a foresight thing, I guess. So Protagonist gets the wave pushed into his tower here, he gets to farm a bit, Fearless misses the stun, so a bit of a mechanical misplay there. But Protagonist is going to get lots of XP off of this, basically, which is good for him. Meanwhile, RGS Ace, though, he's level 5 as a Greystone, he has an assist, he's got 8 card points, which is really good. Like, Protag's just hit that because he has a kill. And then he's got really good farm, like double the farm. Like, Ace is just doing a great job farming here, because again, there's just no pressure. Look at this Revenant. He's just farming around the Greystone. He's not even poking him when he's out of range minions. Like, he can poke him from there, shooting to him there, and the range minions wouldn't go for him. But now he's pulled the range minions forward, and now he can't do it, you see? So Ace backs off here. And Quang is, like, the best jungler, so... Full DPS current. What are you guys on about? Don't need a full DPS Kalari. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so you can see Hollow's here with a green buff. Clearly wants to die Protagonist. Protagonist is out of mana, so on this push, right, this is a minion wave pushing in. Like, again, there's a lack of vision, right, so there's always a lack of vision here. If he had vision, he'd know Hollow's coming, he could back off early. But regardless, you should assume, with these two coming here, with this low tower, past 5 minutes where it's really squishy, and you're a no mana Feng, you should just go back already. So this is Protagonist should have definitely gone back. Like, he should have gone back, let's see how early he should have probably predicted this was going to happen. So he's just finished using all his mana here, and he should go back now. He should let this tower die. There's another wave pushing in. He's just used Hamstring. He's got no mana. He doesn't know where the jungler is on the map. In fact, did he just see Hollow walk over a ward there? In fact, Hollow walks over a ward, so he does know. This vision's just even good enough. Look, look. Over a ward, towards his lane. There's a green buff Quang coming behind his tier 1, when the tier 1's super low with a wave pushing in and he's no mana. What does he expect is going to happen? He's going to die. So Fearless tanks the tower initially, which is fine, because Hollow wasn't there yet, so he gets the stun. Tanks it a bit more, goes off. Hollow's basically able to pick up this kill with Wacko, so he tries not to take here and he gives it to Wacko. Wacko now goes sort of the wrong way, but Swecker misses his grab, but then he keeps going the wrong way by going that way. I think he jukes him here by going back, yeah, and then a good tether, so Wacko basically gets out there. So that was decent jukes, but he could have run straight out the tower, should have let Quang tank it a bit. Team Supreme does come in, I think Wacko dies here. Stun misses, grab misses, never mind, Wacko just walks out for free. So they don't even kill Wacko here for his mistake, but they basically just lose their tier 1 Protagonist, because Protagonist should have backed off early, let the tower go down. That tower is irrelevant past 5 minutes, you're not going to keep it alive if they want it. It's up to their dual lane when they want it or not, basically. You can deter it, but you'll never stop it, and you can end up dying because of it. You walked forwards, Wacko, that's not a juke, you walked in a straight line and they missed. Shush. Well done nonetheless for getting out of that mess, because you did juke the Grux grab, which is good enough. Because it did save your life, because if he grabbed you there, you were probably dead. There you go, so they push up this lane, and they push it in, and then they let Greystone get a bunch of farm, and then they leave. They keep doing the same mistake, giving the Greystone farm, basically. Pretty big, mistake. They expected the dodge, sure, like interception dodges, So this is where Miro tries to fight the gadget one-on-one for the buff, and then Emperor roams over. So this is a mistake from Bram trying to contest this in the first place, really, with the 2 people here and a 3rd roaming over. He loses a lot of HP trying to contest that for no good reason, really. I'm surprised they didn't actually pick up the kill with the Muriel still, but again, this is a disadvantage of Muriel. What was she going to do there? She's a Muriel, you know, level 4. She has, like, no CC, and as I said, it's almost 10 minutes, and she's not even level 5, so she can't even utilize her best tool, which is a global ultimate. Because she's been roaming too much. And she's a support without a hard CC, so it doesn't make sense to me. That rhymed. You can see Hollow's upgraded his Scythe, got his ward, cool. Bram, full ward, cool. 2 Wind Carvers, wacko, cool. Quenching being worked on with Fearless, cool. Madstones on Ace, cool. All good from them. Rustbreaker, cool. Double Lesser Heal Silver Spear. This is unnecessary. You should only have 1 Lesser Heal in your Silver Spear. So this is a mistake from Protagonist. He should have 2 damage upgrades and 1 heal in that, in my opinion. I think 2 heals is overdoing it a little bit there. If you want to do that, you're starting to build into a 2nd Silver Spear where you can have the extra point of health regen. Swecker Tracker, he's finishing Scythe. Too much HP, needs more damage. There's a Gurks early. I don't think... Don't upgrade my... No, because I run Madstone. You should run Vamplix and Madstone instead of Scythe, and then you should just upgrade the Madstone. And then build another Madstone or Elder Mage or something. Very lucky that Tether didn't land, Swecker would have died there. Now, this is a huge mistake from Holler that I saw on stream, right? So, Holler comes in with the Tether, right? So he slightly misses it, yeah? Because it could have hit there if he chucked it a little bit more towards the edge here. So he misses the Tether, but then if you see what he does here, this drone's here, and he's actually standing in it the whole time. So is Bram. Look how much mana Holler loses here. Look, and then he goes back, and then he walks back into it. Look at this. Look how much mana he's losing from this. Look at it all drain. Keeps on draining, and then he gets out of it. He just lost, like, a couple right clicks, basically, off of that drone draining him. So that was very unnecessary to walk in that like that, to check the thing. But, you know, they're not going to keep doing it with Swecker that low, so they can't do it. Protagonist, for some reason, was too far up here. You should know. They were just by Raptors. They're going to roam over. You know, you're going to see them coming here. It's pretty obvious they're coming for you. You even had a ward on the edge, so you knew they were rotating that direction. So it's way too risky to be this far up, and they do end up picking you off here. Just about. There is some misplays here, but Fearless lands a good stun. And now you give them Raptors, basically, by doing that, by being that far up. You simply should have just backed off there. As soon as you see them rotate away from Raptors, you back off. So just a little bit of awareness issues there. Allow them to get a free gank off, and then clean up all 3 Raptors. Meanwhile, Bram gets engaged on in mid, I think, but doesn't die, just takes a bit of damage. And that's that, basically. Meanwhile, the dual laner on the other side of the map, and... Oh, look! Mira's still not level 5. She's not... It's almost 12 minutes in. She hasn't got to use a single Muriel ult. The whole reason you pick this hero is because of the ult. So this Muriel pick has been a dud pick for the first 12 minutes of the game. When you're playing an aggressive hyper comp, which needs to win early because they've got the scaling comp. So you've picked like a super scaling support, which needs to hit level 5, didn't force its level 5 in a comp that needs to do well early game. Like, this Muriel pick hasn't made sense, and I think she even's going to die here. And there you go. And she's still not level 5, so she's not going to hit it for 13 minutes now. Bram actually gets away with his life, which is a bit lucky. Ace has his ult popped, and he's going to run away here. Good ult by Swecker Tracker. I think they might pick up this kill. Oh no, Fearless comes in with a nice quenching. Saves his life. Very good play by Fearless. Good stun. Wacko's going to come in. Great cage to follow up. Wacko should ult immediately here as this cage goes down, basically. But he doesn't have it, actually, so never mind. Did you not level it, Wacko? Or have you... Oh, you used it on Raptors. Never mind. So Ace is going to pick up a kill there. Another kill picked up there. So that's fine. I thought it was a misplay, but you just didn't have your ult used on Raptors, so that's fair play. Nonetheless, really good. Great stun by Fearless. Should be another kill into Team Supreme in a second. There you go. Wacko picks that up. And this is basically this team on control. Like, at this stage... 12.5 minutes, this team's lost. This game is over at this point. You've let the scaling comp get, what, a 30 farm lead, Raptors, tons of kills, they're 8 and 1. Your Muriel's not even level 5, you're playing the aggressive comp. You've got a split pusher that's not going to scale very well, because he's going to be behind the Greystone. The Greystone's going to out 1v1 him every time, so your split pusher can't beat their split pusher now. Your Revenant probably can't even kill the Sparrow in the ult. So at this stage, you've pretty much lost the game. Like 15 minutes before the end. It's just going to be a slow collapse at this point. You'd have to have an incredible comeback out of nowhere, which is really difficult because your comeback mechanics of this comp is so bad. The only thing you have is the saving grace is the Muriel ult, and she's not going to level up quick enough. Like, she's going to hit level 5 here at about 13 minutes, but she's not going to have any levels for other shields. Look, she's got a level 2 right click and a level 1 E. Like, that's hardly any shield. So when she ults in, she doesn't even shield them much. There you go. Level 5, 13 minutes as predicted, you see? I actually predicted that one bang on. Due to her deaths and stuff. So she kept delaying it too much with roams and then dying and being out of position and stuff. Sweker's farming jungle here, so this is going to be Ignite doing an invade. They got a black and a green here, stealth here. This is a great time to invade. Sweker should die off of this, basically. Tever's first. Ult's too early, so that's too early of an ult. But nonetheless, they still pick up the kill. You should hold it a little bit longer because you had the extra like half second in the gadget ult before you had to ult. The issue you have here is no one's collapsing with you. You're going in 2v5. And Hollow tries to rectify that by going for the Revenant, but doesn't pick up the kill. So it was a good start. But why wasn't Fearless roaming over? Why wasn't Ace roaming over? Why wasn't Wacko roaming over? Why would you go for this as two people when you don't know where any of them are on the map, and you've got two people unable to assist you? In fact, three, because Fearless wasn't even going to be there in time. You had two people unable to reach you in time, and one that was still pushing the lane. So you go in as two into an enemy jungle when you've got this huge lead, and you're basically just throwing a huge portion of it away. You get 2 for 1, which is a huge mistrade here. Especially when you had lots of buffs up and stuff. So now they can get all the wave pressure, and now they can get back into control of the game, which is the last thing you want to do into an aggressive comp. You don't want to throw as a scaling comp, basically. You're still ahead, you're still in the lead, you know, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but that play really had no coordination with the rest of the team. It was 2 people running in alone. Yeah, they kind of got stuck in, but it's their fault for, like, you know, going around here and then sticking over here, like, engaging here, when their team couldn't collapse from any direction because they weren't there in time. Just misplays on wave pressure and when they should engage. They should hold the engage for a bit if they're going to invade. They need more people. But they wanted to go in to get 1 kill, so none of us were told to rotate. You're not going to go in and get 1 kill in an opposing green jungle at 13 minutes when all of them are missing. It's very easy for them to collapse. It's, yeah, solo play. Solo queue play, exactly. You expect their team not to collapse, basically. Which should never be the case. Always have greater numbers. Always assure yourself greater numbers. If you know that the 5 are missing, then send 4 at least, if not 5. But yeah. Or Wacko, you're on the other side of the map pushing, so I mean you weren't told to rotate, so it's the shot caller's fault. So it's Hollow's fault primarily, that play. Setting up for Raptors, getting ward control. Hollow goes into the pit unnecessarily, but it's a Muro, so he's not going to do anything about it. Juke City get a D ward. There's still a ward in the pit though, so these wards don't see each other because base to base rules on wards means they don't spot. Which is bad for both teams, to be honest, at this stage. Better for the scaling team because they just want to spot it. There you go. Now they get that D ward off. And then there's another D ward. Lots of D warding. Good vision control on Raps. It's good to see these kind of vision control fights. That drone is bugged, by the way. That's not actually there. Another ward goes down. So there's still 2 Raps here from before. Sweker's going to take a lot of damage, a good tether. Basically got them in a choke point, but Wacko again is having a bit of lack appeal, so we'll look at this again. So you can look at the setup. You've got your split pushes against each other. As I said, Ace is going to win the split push. He's way too far ahead. Ace has got the lead. We knew this was going to happen. Bram versus Team Supreme. Team Supreme's losing slightly, right? He's got less mana, he's got less HP. Bram's in the lead. Bram needs to push hard here, because his team want to collapse on the Raptor. So Bram should be pushing right now, not backing off. Look where he is. He should be here, pushing the wave and putting pressure on the Spellica so she can't rotate, right? Instead he doesn't. They go to D-ward here. Why is Wacko here? Let Fairless D-ward. Wacko, you need to be back here. You're a carry, right? You're very squishy. Yeah? This Grux clearly wants to engage on you, and you're so far forward. So now he gets a free, like, you know, charge into pull. This is a great stun bomb, right? The issue with this is Sweker should have ulted, because his ult goes off regardless of a stun, and then you get a free Bellica stun off of it, right? To follow up. So this is Sweker's misplay. He should ult before he Qs. So number 1, Wacko's too far in. First mistake. Number 2, Sweker needed to get his ult off instead of his grab. Then you get a great Quang Tether off, or Hollow gets it onto Sweker, basically. But Hollow shouldn't ult here. So, because right now, so if Sweker saved his Q here, so this is how Sweker should have played it, right? This would be perfect. We watch it in slow-mo quickly. Sweker charges here. He should have charged a bit more towards this side, right? First to the right. He should ult 2 people, right? Then Quang Tethers him, right? So look at this Quang Tether. This tether goes off. Grux should walk towards him with his grab still up because he ulted, right? And as soon as he sees this, he grabs. So he should be here and he should be grabbing the Quang. He stops the Quang ult and just stops it. Hollow shouldn't ult here. He's ulting 1 target. He should pick up his sword. He should jump and ult forward onto these 2. He doesn't want to ult this. This one's used his grab. He's not going to be in range of Wacko to kill him. These 2 are going to be able to lay down CC. As you can see, Bellica's about to prep her stun. This is the animation to prep the stun, as you can see. Oh no, that's the right click, so she's going to prep her stun, right? Or is she not going to use it? I guess she doesn't use her stun. But regardless, he should have ulted these two here, the squishies, because they're the ones that are going to have more threat onto Wacko than the Grux, because Fearless can peel a Grux off easily with the quenching and such. These two are the targets you have to worry about, so Hollow wanted to pick up his sword and ult the two scary targets, rather than just ult the Grux, because the ult wasn't in the great place because of the sword placement, basically, right? And that's going to lead to Grux getting onto the backline. There's the Belica stun that then follows up, with Revenant on him. And then he's basically just going to get demolished from damage from the Revenant. There you go. Muriel ult comes in onto Grux, which is good. This is what the Muriel's for. So you've got the 4v4 going off here. Team Supreme's going to back off here from Hollow. I think he does go down here. Meanwhile, these two are caught in a great... like, this is a great combo regardless. Like, maybe Fearless could have caged a bit earlier. That also would have been a good play. But Team Supreme gets out here. Swecker's going to die here because he's overstayed. Janto just needs to get out here. He's trying way too hard to save Swecker Tracker when they've already lost the fight, basically.